Welcome to Director's Choice. Today, we're diving deep into the Marvel Universe. Let's unmask the attraction of Marvel's villains. Marvel's villains are the unsung heroes of drama and depth. They're the ones who give our superheroes a run for their money. From Ultron's philosophical depth to Zemo's personal issue, these villains have more layers than an onion. And just like cutting onions, they sometimes bring tears to our eyes. The attraction of Marvel's villains lies in their ability to challenge our moral compass. Unlike traditional villains, Marvel's antagonists possess understandable motivations. Their actions are often fueled by past traumas, personal issues, or misguided ideologies. This complexity allows audiences to empathize with these characters, questioning the boundaries between good and evil. So join us on this journey as we explore the allure of Marvel's villains and gain a deeper understanding of the intricate tapestry that Marvel weaves with its complex antagonists.
Thor, I knew you'd return to us.
Marvel's villains are a masterclass in psychology. They're not evil for the sake of being evil. They're products of their circumstances, traumas, and beliefs. Baron Mordo, for instance, believes in a strict adherence to natural law, making his descent into villainy a fascinating study in rigid beliefs. One of the reasons Marvel's villains resonate with audiences is their ability to blur the lines between good and evil. They are not simply driven by a desire for power or destruction. Instead, they possess complex psychological traits that often mirror the flaws and struggles of the heroes they oppose. Take Loki, for instance. As the adopted brother of Thor, Loki's motivations extend beyond mere jealousy or a thirst for power. He is a character plagued by feelings of inadequacy and betrayal, constantly seeking validation and a sense of belonging. These internal conflicts drive his actions and make him a multi-dimensional antagonist that audiences can empathize with.
Though I feel it won't make much of a difference. Loki. I know I've betrayed you many times before, but this time it's truly nothing personal.
Every villain has a beginning, and in that beginning lies the seed of their motivations. Loki, the god of mischief, constantly feels overshadowed by Thor, driving his actions from jealousy and a need for validation. Thanos, on the other hand, is motivated by a twisted sense of love and a desire to bring balance to the universe, even if it means wiping out half of it. One of the most intriguing aspects of Marvel villains is their diverse backgrounds and motivations. These origins aren't just backstory. They're the heart and soul of these characters, making them relatable and, at times, even sympathetic. Understanding the origins and motivations of these popular Marvel villains adds depth and complexity to their characters. It allows us to see beyond their evil actions and glimpse the inner turmoil and struggles that drive them. It also raises thought-provoking questions about the nature of good and evil and whether villains can ever be redeemed. Beneath the armor, magic, and might, Marvel's villains are a whirlwind of emotions and internal conflicts. Ego, from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, for example, is driven by an insatiable need for expansion, but also by a twisted sense of love for his son, Peter Quill. Hela's desire to conquer in Thor Ragnarok stems from her feeling of abandonment and her role as Asgard's forgotten firstborn.
Kneel.
Beg your pardon.
Kneel.
Marvel's villains have always been more than just one-dimensional characters. They possess a complexity that makes them intriguing and captivating to audiences. While they may be the antagonists of the story, their internal struggles and conflicts often reveal a depth that goes beyond their evil intentions. These internal struggles add depth to their characters, making them more human and less caricature. Delving into their psyches allows us to understand their actions on a deeper level and appreciate the complexity of their characters. These internal struggles make them more than just villains. They become complex and flawed individuals, making Marvel's stories all the more compelling and thought-provoking.
You killed Groot!
Marvel's villains often serve as a reflection of societal issues, challenging our perceptions and beliefs. Killmonger's rage isn't just personal, it's a reflection of centuries of racial injustice. Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp challenges the consequences of corporate greed and the lengths one would go to for survival. Marvel's villains are not just one-dimensional characters bent on destruction and chaos. In fact, they often challenge societal norms and expectations in fascinating ways. These complex antagonists provide a unique perspective that forces us to question our own beliefs and biases. By presenting villains who challenge societal norms and expectations, Marvel encourages us to critically analyze our own beliefs and the world around us. These complex characters serve as a reminder that good and evil are not always black and white, but rather exist on a spectrum influenced by personal experiences, ideologies, and societal structures.
Who are you?
Just a man who's lost a lot of time, like you. But we can help each other with that.
The brilliance of Marvel's storytelling lies in its ability to make us see ourselves in its villains. Agatha Harkness in WandaVision is a prime example. Her hunger for power stems from a fear of persecution and a desire to be the best version of herself. And who can forget Mysterio from Spider-Man: Far From Home? A disgruntled former employee, his motivations are all too relatable in today's world. One of the defining characteristics of Marvel's storytelling is its ability to create complex and relatable villains. These villains are not simply evil for the sake of being evil. Instead, they are imbued with depth, motivations, and backstories that make them more than just one-dimensional antagonists. By exploring the emotional, psychological, and moral complexities of these villains, Marvel has been able to elevate its storytelling to new heights. This approach allows for a deeper examination of the human condition, as well as the exploration of themes such as power, redemption, and the blurred lines between good and evil.
The only thing left to me now is my daughter.
Beyond their plots and schemes, Marvel's villains offer life lessons for those willing to see. From Loki's journey of self-acceptance to Thanos' lesson on the dangers of unchecked power and obsession, there's wisdom to be gleaned from their stories. Marvel's villains are not just one-dimensional characters meant to create conflict for the heroes. They are complex and multifaceted beings that often mirror the flaws and shortcomings of humanity. By delving into the minds of Marvel's villains, we can uncover valuable lessons that can be applied to our own lives. In their flaws, ambitions, and tragedies, we see reflections of our own world and our own choices. As we navigate the complexities of life, let us not dismiss the villains, but rather embrace them as catalysts for personal growth and self-reflection.
It's beautiful.
Marvel's approach to villains has matured over the years, moving from clear-cut bad guys to complex characters with shades of gray. Characters like Dormammu and Doctor Strange challenge our perceptions of time and existence.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
You've come to die. Your world is now my world. Like all worlds.
While Alexander Pierce in Captain America, the Winter Soldier brings to light the dangers of surveillance and unchecked authority, Marvel has always been known for its larger-than-life superheroes, but in recent years, the studio has taken a unique approach to crafting complex villains. Gone are the days of one-dimensional, mustache-twirling baddies. Marvel's villains now have depth, complexity, and motives that make them just as captivating as the heroes themselves. By constantly evolving, Marvel ensures its villains remain relevant, relatable, and riveting. This newfound complexity not only adds depth to the storytelling, but also sparks discussions and debates among fans, further enhancing the overall Marvel experience. Marvel's villains teach us the importance of empathy and understanding. By delving deep into their psyche, we're encouraged to see the world from their perspective. Characters like Sandman in Spider-Man 3, driven by a need to save his sick daughter, or even Dr. Octopus, whose descent into villainy was fueled by a tragic accident, remind us that understanding is the first step towards resolution. Marvel's villains have always been a captivating aspect of their storytelling, often leaving audiences torn between admiration and disdain. What sets Marvel apart in their portrayal of villains is their emphasis on empathy and understanding. By delving into the minds of these complex characters, we gain a greater appreciation for their motives and the depth of their struggles. In their stories, we're reminded of the complexities of the human spirit and the importance of empathy in our own lives.
What doesn't kill you just makes me stronger.
Marvel's villains are more than just adversaries. They're reflections of our own fears, desires, and ambitions. They challenge us to think, to feel, and to grow. From the tragic tales of characters like the Winter Soldier to the ambitious plots of villains like Ronan the Accuser, Marvel's Rogues Gallery serves as a testament to the complexities of the human spirit. Exploring the minds of Marvel's villains reveals a deeper layer of complexity and serves as a catalyst for personal growth and reflection. While heroes often embody admirable qualities and virtues, it is the villains who challenge our perceptions and force us to confront our own flaws and weaknesses. As we wrap up this deep dive, remember that in the Marvel Universe, every character, hero, or villain has a story to tell, and in those stories, we find reflections of ourselves.
Yes! Whoa! Yes. Whoa! Yes! What was? It's okay. Just relax. Concentrate. You can do it. Bring it back.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Marvel Universe. We hope you enjoyed this video on Director's Choice. If you did, please be sure to subscribe, like this video, and share it with fellow Marvel enthusiasts. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep marveling at the wonders of the Marvel Universe.